Well, Pete's here, senior football journalist. I get called senior, but that's only when I have moments. Let's start with Rashford then, some encouraging signs here.
Yeah, definitely, Rob. Maybe, well overdue as well, because this is a player who had no shots in his first 3 games of this season. But when we saw during the international break, when he wasn't selected for England, him working hard with his own personal trainer, and he came back with that goal against Southampton. You see the picture of that on the far side there. Shot through the crowd of bodies, just found the bottom corner. And I think, Rob, it's just amazing what a goal can do for confidence, really. And I think that's what we saw last night from Marcus Rashford, a player who, as we said, wasn't having shots. He had 6 of them last night against Barnsley, so 10 in his last 2 games now. And I think he's that sort of player, really, Rob, that once he's in his flow, once he's confident, once he's smiling, as we heard Erik ten Hag say there, he's a real proposition, dangerous proposition for opposition teams.
Certainly is. OK, then. 3 goals in 2 games that we saw. Is it too early to say that we've seen a transformation in him back to his best?
I think it is. I think a couple of reasons. I think Southampton, bottom of the Premier League table, or just second bottom above Everton, and obviously Barnsley, a League One side. So you've got to factor in the quality of the opposition. And I think when we go back to a couple of seasons ago for Rashford, when he scored those 30 goals, it was about consistency that we saw from him over that, particularly the second half of that season. So I think that's what we'll be looking to see from Marcus Rashford. But certainly he's a player who historically has taken that confidence and belief and run with it when he has got up and running. And we saw last night his touch map, and actually he was playing a slightly different position to, I guess, what would be his favoured position on the left side of Man United's attack. He was playing in a more central area, as you can see from his touches there, but plenty on the right side as well, and that's where his first goal came from. So I think last night it wasn't so much about where he was playing, it was just about having that confidence and that drive really to go forwards, which we hadn't seen from him in those first 3 games of this season.
Yeah, and these touches in the box here, I would think, would be music to the ears of Ten Hag and others. Back-to-back wins now. So as far as United in general, are they heading in the right direction?
Yeah, a bit like Marcus Rashford, isn't it? You've got to take the opposition into account, but certainly they were results that Ten Hag and United needed at that point. And actually last night's result was the biggest win that they've had under Ten Hag so far, perhaps unsurprisingly, that's 7-0. They beat Real Betis 4-1. This was in Ten Hag's first season, both these results against Betis and Chelsea. Betis won in the Europa League, and then Chelsea, that actually confirmed them getting into the Champions League places at the end of the season, so an important victory for them then. And Rashford scored in each of these games as well, which I think is maybe an important point in terms of where they're going. And where they're going this Saturday is Crystal Palace away. And I just wonder, Erik ten Hag, seeing what Rashford's produced these last 2 games, has he got a bit of a selection dilemma up there? We said about Rashford playing through the middle last night. Xerxes will be pushing for a start. Højlund's not far from returning to fitness as well. Garnacho, 2 goals and 2 assists last night from that left side that we know Rashford likes to operate in. So Erik ten Hag's got good problems, perhaps, going into the weekend in terms of his selection decisions.
Yeah.